So this week's topic of Emunah Monday was the power of gratitude. How gratitude can be incorporated into your life, how to benefit from it, and ultimately how I believe it can lead people to just living a way more positive lifestyle that they want. So first and foremost, it was a topic that I feel a lot of people know. Like, we all know, yeah, gratitude, grateful, do all that stuff. But I think like a lot of people don't understand is how to apply it, how to get to that level where they can actually incorporate it. So the first thing I thought about when giving the session yesterday was how do you get to that level? How do you incorporate such a thing? And I felt like it was a very simple answer, honestly, and it was to lower expectations, if not just to eliminate them as a whole. Because when one has no expectations, you don't expect anything. If you don't expect anything, you're just left with gratitude. You're just grateful for everything, like every single thing. And the problem is we get disappointed when we expect, whether it's we have the right to. I'm not saying we don't have the right to expect or want something or do something on condition, like that's fine. But at the end of the day, if you're not expecting anything, I eliminate that concept of God owes me or anybody owes me, because you're not owed anything in this world. You're then left with, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful that this happened, or this person did this, or God does this. But if I'm expecting it, it's a sense of like entitlement. So how then do we nullify the fact of just stop expecting? Drill it in your head that you are not owed anything. God does not owe you anything. And we don't owe God anything, because our love to God is unconditional. If I go and, God forbid, don't keep kosher as an example, God still loves me. Or if somebody does any negative commandments, God still loves them. It's unconditional love, which means God doesn't feel like we owe him anything. And whenever we do something and we choose to do something, we should acknowledge the fact that it's coming from us. It's because we want to, and we're not forced to. We're not forced to do anything. You're not forced anything. We have free will. And the thing is, when we do that, we would then obtain it the same way and look at it like God does not owe me anything either. Like, there's no sense of entitlement, like, oh, I'm owed this because I prayed, because I kept Shabbat, because I did all these good deeds, that I'm owed anything. And when on both parts, when we realize that Hashem is not holding anything above our heads, like, oh, I did this for you, so you better do this for me. He's not doing that. I can wake up one day and forget to pray one day, or forget this, or just not do this, or not be in a mood to do certain things. That doesn't mean God doesn't like me nor love me. He's with me the whole way through it. Like, he's up through the ups and the downs. But yet, let's say I go and do pray, and then on my way to work, I, God forbid, get a ticket. I'm bummed out. I'm just like, whoa, what the heck, God? What? Why? Because we felt like we were owed something in return, when in reality we weren't. So we have to then nullify the fact that get it out of your head that God owes you anything, or anybody owes you anything. And the only thing you're then left with when you're not feeling like you're owed anything is gratitude. And when you have that kind of lifestyle, you'll see that everything in life that's happening, everything in life that is occurring in the moment, is all factoring in the bigger picture. Hashem has it all factoring in. And we may not understand it, we may not see it, but the fact is, God has our back. God has that big picture that we don't see, and it's all for our best. Where nobody's put in this world to just suffer. It just does not exist. Yeah, there's some suffering here and there, but in ultimate, it's all growth, and it's all in the path. It's all in your path to still reach your potential, your purpose in this world, which is what people struggle still to like every day, feeling like, what's my goal? What am I supposed to do in this world? Blah, blah. The thing is, nullify yourself to the fact of just whatever's meant to be is gonna be. It's gonna happen. Do your part. Do what you believe is true. But the fact is, it comes down to you being honest with yourself. That's actually next week's topic, is the like understanding and reaching inner peace. You have to be honest with yourself, because honest you just can't get anywhere. You can't get anywhere without honesty with yourself, because you're just gonna lie to yourself. That's not gonna do anything for you. You have a goal, no matter how big it is. Take God with you, and there's no limits. But the problem is when you feel the separation between you and God. That's when you feel like all these goals and all these things are, it's a dream or it's a fantasy. The fact is, your fantasy a year ago, 2 years ago, however long ago it was, is most likely your reality now. Like, let's say an example we gave in the class yesterday was like a 16-year-old and 17-year-olds when they like first get their permit. You know, their dream is like, oh, I can't wait till I get that car. I get my own car, blah, blah, blah. Come 21, most people already have their own means of transportation by then. Whether they have a car, whether they have like consistent, it's a goal of theirs that's most of the time accomplished if necessary. If really needed, it's accomplished. They reach it by a certain age. But the fact is, once they have that, it's like they're not even still remembering that was a dream of yours. Your dream was like, oh, I can't wait till I have this car. But once years go by, your dreams change, your fantasies change. And that's not right to just brush it off like they changed. Oh, that's all. The fact is, your fantasies came true. It's with time and effort, they all come true. So manifest it, do whatever you got to do, whatever word you want to use. Just take God with you and acknowledge the fact that when it's growing, that's all God. And be grateful. Understand and stop brushing it off like, oh, I have this goal now. People's goals change, you know. A year ago to the day, my goal was just, I remember I wrote it down on my phone. I was just really down one day and I said, you know what, like, my goal is to just get my old job back. Like, oh my God, the lifestyle I would live such a beautiful life, this and that perfect life. I just want, like, wake up, go to work, but all that stuff. That's all I wanted. That was like my dream. Come a year later, I'm at the job. I worked it maybe like 4 or 5 months, 6 months. Came up with EmunahMondays, did all that, quit the job. And it's like crazy to think of, like, I begged for that. I like wanted that job. That was like my dream, was to get back the job that I just recently quit come 3 months ago. And it's like, what? And that's just growth. The fact is, you outgrow things and it's completely normal. But don't feel like God is not with you throughout the entire process through it. Stop thinking like, oh, okay, I got it, but now I don't want it. Now I don't know how to talk to God about this. Just discuss it. Be grateful for everything you do, and you'll see the blessings just keep coming your way. They just keep coming. But yeah, that was the class for this week. And next week's class is actually going to be really good as well. If anybody would like to join, feel free to message me.